Hello, my name is Nicholas Brotherhood, and today I will be speaking to you on the topic of deepfakes. My presentation will cover the variety of uses and dangers that deepfakes pose, while also taking a look at the ethical implications that must be considered through the lens of the utilitarian ideas approach, using three specific cases of the technology being used across the world. To begin with, deepfakes hold various applications as well as implications. Deepfakes can be described as fabricated media where images or videos are doctored or manipulated through the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms. Typically, this technology was only used to entertain individuals or influence people, but has become increasingly more dangerous through increases in the technology. As the technology has grown, videos are becoming increasingly more convincing, making it hard to tell fact from fiction. Mannerisms become more sophisticated and realistic, appearing human-like. Light is properly reflected, alongside many other improvements that has led to the recent rise in the use of this technology. On top of this is how easily accessible it has become. Where before only certain individuals were able to make this manipulated videos, now almost anybody with access to the internet is capable. This has led to exciting opportunities in fields such as entertainment, education, healthcare, but has also prompted discussion over the potential for misuse and abuse, alongside the ethical concerns and potential consequences that comes from using this technology. To give you a better idea of where we are with it, let's take a look at this video showcasing Morgan.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
Produced by Deepfake, this video showcases the superimposition of Morgan Freeman's voice and likeness over the creator's own. Remember, this video was recorded almost 3 years ago, and while not 100% believable, one can only imagine how much the technology has improved since then. From enhancing visual effects to create impossible scenes, reducing production costs, and even resurrecting deceased actors for new roles, deepfakes enhance creativity but pose great risks within the entertainment industry. If you take a look to the right, you'll see the deepfaked image of Egon Spengler in the new Ghostbusters Afterlife movie. Egon was played by now deceased actor Harold Ramis, who unfortunately passed away in 2014. Despite this, studios were able to resurrect the character through the use of previously recorded images and videos collected from previous filmings. While many fans were happy to see their favorite actor brought back to the big screen, one must also consider the ethical implications that come with this. While perhaps Ramis may have given his consent to use his likeness in future movies, that doesn't mean he was ever able to see what the final product would turn out to be, nor the possible damage to his reputation that could have occurred. On top of this is other uses for deepfakes, such as false endorsements, false celebrity endorsements or brand sponsorships, unauthorized use of likenesses, and even the spreading of misinformation from trusted figures. We have to continue to look at how deepfakes are used and balance what can be gained from what can be lost to effectively use this technology. Moving on, let's discuss how deepfakes improve education by being a powerful tool, but also increase the risk of misinformation. Deepfakes can provide students with immersive learning experiences, such as speaking to a founding father, making learning even more engaging and improving their recollection later on. Deepfakes can also be used to create low-risk and low-cost realistic simulations for training, allowing students to practice in a safe and controlled environment. Deepfakes also increase accessibility for students through the translation of content from a variety of languages that otherwise wouldn't be available to them, making it available for all. Granted, this isn't all safe either. Look at the use of the technology through the lens of the utilitarian ideas approach. It's easy to see how this technology is ripe for abuse, to the risk of inaccurate information or even misinformation. All it takes is a simple tutorial or guide made to falsely spread information, or students using deepfakes to falsify credits or recommendations from professors. While it is difficult to measure the exact impact that these risks pose, they cannot be ignored either. In healthcare, deepfakes are already being used to improve patient care and training for doctors, allowing for the benefit of healthcare amid concerns. A popular use of the technology is generating manipulated images of diseases that are very similar to the real thing and using it to train detection algorithms, improving the treatment process for patients. Deepfakes can also be used to generate images to better communicate with patients what's going on inside of their bodies. However, there are concerns that this technology could be used to create fake medical records or images, leading to misdiagnosis or the manipulation of findings to skew studies and trials. While the likeliness of these risks are relatively low, they still exist and must be monitored carefully to better balance the use of this technology to hopefully only benefit patients later on. One example of the misuse of deepfakes within the US is in the case of Paul Vallis. Vallis was running in the Chicago mayoral election in the year 2023 when a deepfaked video of him saying inflammatory statements surrounding police combat was posted on Twitter. Despite the video being quickly taken down, the damage to his reputation to the public was already done and could not be taken back, harming his reputation and the public's belief in him. In response to the use of deepfakes, many US states, but not all, have pushed laws that criminalize the creation and distribution of deepfake pornography alongside non-consensual political deepfakes. On the federal level, new legislation is being proposed that allow the victims of these deepfakes to go after the creators and sue them to better reclaim their reputation. In India, a video showcasing Dua Raka, the deceased daughter of a militant chief, was released in order to spread misinformation and influence public opinion prior to the coming election season. Despite this, India still has no specific laws made to target deepfake content and instead relies on their previously made Information Technology Act from 2000 in order to punish the production and distribution of deepfake content. On top of this, India is also urging social media intermediaries, including platforms and influencers, to be on the lookout of deepfake content and take them down as soon as they see them to stop the spread of deepfake content, harming reputations, causing emotional distress. Within the United Kingdom, there exist various cases of deepfakes being used to create explicit pornography made without the consent of the individuals, such as in the case of Jodie. These deepfakes mostly target young women, and in response, the UK has pushed new legislation made to criminalize the creation and distribution of explicit deepfakes made without consent. This also reinforces previous legislation and will hopefully lead to less violations of privacy and emotional distress caused by these deepfakes. While these countries all showed various responses to deepfakes, is a challenge that all countries must face, balancing the right to creativity and expression through deepfakes against the protection of their citizens. The technology has as much potential for good as it does evil and must be monitored closely in the coming years. With this concludes my presentation. I'd like to now give credit to all the sources that I use and references for my presentation. Thank you for your time.